Today on Organ News, the number of organ donations in America is up, and so is the need. We'll introduce you to a woman who received the gift of life. Also, we take a look at the increasing use of the drug Adderall as a study aid on college campuses. And the balls continue to bounce the right way for the Corvallis Spartan boys basketball team. The winning streak is still alive, and Organ News is next.
Organ News starts now.
Hello there, I'm Nick Cody.
And I'm Sammy Brenner.
With gas prices averaging more than $4 a gallon and still on the rise, Americans are worried about how high prices are going to go. The climbing gas prices are threatening President Obama's re-election possibilities and offering the Republican Party an easy threat. Obama fired back at GOP critics, saying that right now we're experiencing yet another painful reminder of why developing new energy is so critical to our future. With gas prices up an average of 25 cents since January 1st, experts say prices could reach a record average of $4.25 a gallon by Memorial Day. In other Oregon news, the state's budget shortfall is starting to affect public safety. Richard Stutzman has more. Deciding to become an organ donor and putting a D on your driver's license is only the first step. The next step, participating in live donation. Heather Roberts has more. With finals just around the corner, some students are turning to the medicine cabinet to help pass their tests. Anthony Buckles has more.
Adderall, prescribed to treat those with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, has spiked in popularity amongst college students across America, particularly with students who lack a legal prescription.
I usually take Adderall to study, as a study aid to keep me focused and to keep me interested in the work I'm doing.
And a survey conducted by the Journal of Addiction found that 25% of students at 119 American college campuses have used Adderall as a study aid, but 44% of these users lack a prescription. The federal government's National Study on Drug Use and Health found that college students aged 18 to 22 were twice as likely to abuse Adderall than non-students within the same age group.
Usually while I'm on Adderall and I'm feeling the effects, I feel slightly euphoric, definitely intensified focus and increased interest in whatever activity I'm doing, even if it's mundane or monotonous.
Although most commonly used as a study aid, the abuse rate of Adderall has spiked due to the feeling of euphoria it implores. What most individuals don't know is that some unforeseen risks of taking Adderall are stroke, heart attack, hypertension, seizures, and liver failure. But for some, the risk is more than worth the reward. With the debate over whether or not Adderall should be legalized still undecided, only time will tell what the fate of this miracle study aid will be. Reporting for Oregon News, I'm Anthony Buckles.
Coming up after the break, Corvallis High School boys basketball moves one step closer to a second consecutive state title. Plus, we take a look at an unsung hero from the Oregon football team. Stay tuned. College seniors are getting ready to graduate, and the hunt is on to land a job. Sammy Brenner reports on how job seekers can increase their chances. Thanks, Sammy. We'll be right back. Welcome back. After some technical difficulties, Shannon, can you tell us how the weather in Eugene will be this weekend? Well, thanks, Shannon. For Oregon News, thank you for watching. That was great. That's a really good improv. Thanks for joining us today. I hope you'll tune in more on my YouTube channel, the NC61 at YouTube. Thank you. It's intro number one, doing another.
Oregon men's basketball team dominated Washington last night. What else is up in sports this week, Nick?
Well, Heather, in basketball, the Duckmen hosted Washington last night at Matt Knight Arena. The conference-leading Washington Huskies traveled deep in the woods to take on the fifth-place Oregon Ducks. And it wasn't the type of game the Huskies were expecting after beating the Ducks by double digits earlier this season. After getting to the arena 45 minutes later than planned due to a traffic jam, Washington came out of the gates a little sluggish. And unfortunately for the Huskies, it was the Garrett Sims show in the first half. Sim had Oregon's first 8 points and 13 in the half, going 3 for 3 from behind the arc. Sim led the Ducks to a 23-point halftime lead, and Washington could not mount much of an offense to keep up with Sim and the Ducks. Oregon wins by a final of 82-57. The Ducks host the Washington State Cougars Saturday night at Matt Knight Arena. And in high school basketball, state playoffs start at the end of the month. One team's hoping for a second straight state title, but players know that there's a lot more to playoff basketball than just a thirst for victory. Rhoda Cross has more. The Corvallis Spartans travel to Dallas tonight to take on the Dallas High Dragons. Tip-off is at 7 p.m. The Oregon baseball team took the spotlight this week as the Ducks met with members of the media at their annual preseason media day. After a mediocre 2011, the Ducks are ready to redeem themselves in 2012. Richard Stutzman has more. The Ducks athletic programs have always been an integral part of the collegiate experience, but few programs have as much impact on the students as football team. But as William Sherritt reports, one University of Oregon student found a way to become much more than a fan on Saturdays.
Taking the field at Autzen Stadium in front of 60,000 raucous fans is an adrenaline rush that many youth athletes in the state of Oregon dream about growing up. However, very few ever get to experience that thrill. That's why one University of Oregon student found an alternative route to realize his dreams.
Sophomore Crowley Hanlon appears to be just an average college student, that is, until he goes to work for the Oregon football team.
During the day, it's a lot of breaking down film, inputting the plays into essentially an Excel spreadsheet that's synced with video of practice or games.
As a rabid Duck fan growing up in Portland, working for the football team was something Hanlon never could have dreamed of until he made the most of a quick decision that ended up changing his life forever.
Chip was at my high school and recruiting a friend of mine, Keenan Lowe. He said, well, do you want to meet Chip Kelly? You know, I looked at him and I was like, you kidding me? Yeah, I would love to meet Chip Kelly. And long story short, he says, walk through this door. So I was kind of taken back at first. Then I just introduced myself and he said, well, are you going to be a Duck? And I said, yeah, I applied to Oregon. I'd love to go there. And he said, well, when you get down there, give me a call and we'll set you up with a job.
The Ducks offensive line coach, Steve Greatwood, has been with the program for 26 years and has never heard a story like Hanlon's.
I mean, it's awesome. It's kind of a testament to what, Crowley's all about. He's a diminutive guy, but obviously doesn't lack confidence because of that.
And although he aspires to work with the quarterbacks next year, Coach Kelly has only told him to remember two things.
Rule number one, always answer when I call. Rule number two, don't give anybody this number, and just kind of went on from there.
William Sherritt, Oregon News.
Talk about a dedicated fan. Wow, what a story, guys.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. We'll be right back.